Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chirping on Causeway. My name is Liv. Our podcast is brought to you by Boston Sports Entertainment Network, and you can find them at BSEN_617 on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all the things. So, welcome back. I am here with two of my great friends, Jill and Natalie. I'll let them introduce themselves. Jill, you can start.
Hi guys, I'm Jill, and you can find me on Twitter at Jillian Nicole or Jillian Dubuque, 2 N's in the Jillian.
My name's Natalie, and you can find me at NatalieZgo7 on Twitter.
And we're back for, just another great episode. Two things we'll bring up first. First, you can't really tell, but it is indeed Ash Wednesday. So if it looks like I have some dirt on my forehead, it is just ashes. So second, praise the Lord. Yeah. Second, we had our first, I think that was our first movement so far before this trade deadline, right? We didn't do anything else besides put Wallstrom on waivers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're missing 2 of the girls. We're only going to be missing Abby, but something came up for Alicia too.
So now you're just stuck with the three of us.
Yeah, the 3 of us.
Just the 3.
So we're missing a couple. We're probably going to make this, if all goes well each month, I'm going to try and have the girls on every first Wednesday of each month. So they'll be coming, frequently on this pod. So very excited about that. So it was a three team. Like, I always get confused when it's like it goes through 3 teams. Yeah, I'm like, right. Okay.
So I don't
right, because I don't even really know what New Jersey got except for 50% of.
They retained 50% of Freddie's. They got a forward from. Is his name LeChance?
Okay, yeah.
I don't know how to say his last name.
Get someone as well.
Yeah, they got him from Edmonton for retaining for 50% of Freddie's contract.
So they got that. Edmonton got Freddie and Max Jones, which totally caught me off guard. I was like, and who? Who's going with him?
I haven't heard that name in a hot minute.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? That was the most random part to me. Max Jones was wrapped up in the middle of all of that. I was like, what the heck?
Poor guy getting sent off.
Yeah, right? And then
the second rounder.
Yeah.
Was the rounder.
And then this suspicious AHL character, whatever the heck, I don't even know his name, but I know that he's not even good news, but we won't even dive into that.
He's a defenseman, right?
Yes. So, yeah.
Okay. He's what, 22? He's young. 21, 22?
So, yeah. He was a 2025 second round. No, I'm lying. We got the D, a 2025 second round draft pick, and a 2026 fourth round pick.
Yeah.
For us. Yeah.
Which is pretty decent.
Not bad at all. I just don't love Dawn drafting. And I know
it'll be okay if Dawn drafts correctly.
Right. Yeah, right. Because he has done okay.
Yep.
Here and there.
Yes.
Specifically in the second round has been brought to attention in the past.
P and Mason.
Yep. So
there's some promise there. It's just something we'll have to see.
Right.
But face value, a pretty like decent trade.
It'll either be someone really good or some local from Boston that he just needs to have because he's from Boston or the area.
There's literally no in between. It's either like a good or they're from Massachusetts, so
I'll have them.
I must.
Like, what is that? But whatever. It was, especially considering like Trent was injured too. Like, everyone was up in arms that it was going to ruin the trade. Guess what, guys? Didn't do it.
Didn't hinder.
So I'm just so happy for everyone that really wanted him off the team. Yeah. So clearly I'm doing fine. So we're going to
actually are doing quite well, though.
Doing well.
Doing okay today. Oh, I don't know about yesterday.
You weren't that bad. Well, at the game at least, you weren't that bad when I saw you. You were keeping it together. You were composed.
Yeah. I will say, though, it did get me when the video was going.
Yeah.
And I was like,
not in it.
Yeah, I was like,
no
maybe
one pops up
so soon that
they changed those quick.
Yeah.
Quick.
I would not want that job because I'd have to be in there
Right.
So that get me, I won't lie. I won't try and sit here like, yeah, I'm fine.
Great.
But yeah, that did get me a little bit. But and then the game just sucked though. I mean, not the whole game, but like when it died, I was sad because Geeky just wasted a fire Selly.
Right.
He was so high. That was a good Selly.
It was a great Selly. And I'm like, oh, if I was Pasta and Geeky, I'd be like, get me out of here.
Right. Somewhere.
Yeah.
With even at least a
everyone thinks Geeky might be traded, or he's one of our top projected ones to get traded. I'm like, these last 19 games are going to be
right.
Pasta just one goal he's going to have 19 more goals.
Seriously. And I do understand we're in a sell mode right now. I get we're just sell. But also, let's not literally sell everything that could potentially help us do the rebuild, though.
Right.
I think that's where Geeky comes into it, where I can absolutely see both sides, where it's his value is probably amazing right now, considering what we did get for Freddie. You can imagine what you could get for a guy like Geeky, especially this season. But also, he's 26? Why would we want to do that right now? Especially because he's been playing so well with Pasta, and I kind of feel like Zaka's just getting a pass because he's on the line with them. So he's just smushed, I'm fine. No, Pavel, do something. No, I'm kidding.
There were a couple of plays.
Get a hat trick. Watch every time you talk about him.
Right.
Needing to do something, this is notorious in our group chat. She says something about Zaka, and she's I haven't seen him. What is he doing? I need him to do something. He will literally score an absolute bomb the next game.
So I say that intentionally because I don't hate the guy. Brenda's down.
I love Zaka.
We love Zaza.
Yeah.
Zaza. He just needs to step it up a little more. It's fine.
But he's,
We all do.
Yeah.
Right. That's a team thing.
It's just so hard watching, as a fan, and we've been good or decent for so long, and we did have our seasons since I was alive, at least, that were kind of rough, from what I can remember from being younger. But this year has just been so boring, and especially because we were so spoiled the last
correct
4 or 5 years.
Absolutely.
That watching now, I'm literally everybody tweeting oh, I literally can't watch them, or I literally sit there and watch them, and I feel I could not pay attention for 15 minutes and not have missed a single thing. It's that
last night at the game. I was on my phone for a part of it, and then I was oh, I'm at the game right now.
Yeah,
but also I'm not really watching an entertaining game as a fan point. So I'd rather just scroll through my phone for a couple of minutes. I'm not going to miss much out on the ice.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
And that's what I think too. It's it's so funny though, because we talk so much crap about the team and the players and oh, this, that, and the next thing. Yet we're still sat every night. Just
I will still be
still driving the hour and a half from Western Mass to Team Garden both ways to be at that game.
It's in our blood, guys. I don't know.
I'm just gonna have my opinions about it.
Yeah, all my hope of doing anything positive is Last night, every time we scored a goal, like as soon as they after we scored and we let one in right after, I was like, well, we're done.
At this point, we're just waiting for them to score and then let the other team score right after. Like it's just it's gonna happen. Like wait for the other team to score. Hold on.
I hate to say it, but I don't believe in the B this year at all.
Yeah.
Not to be a Debbie Downer, but a good deal of money will be saved not going to playoffs, though. I'll tell you that.
That is true.
We will save money for next season's tickets and games.
Yeah, very true.
And it's like we've seen teams that are like in a rebuild for it seems like a decade. And I truthfully don't think ours will be like that long. I think we will bounce back.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty quickly. However, it would make me more comfortable if Dawn was just like out of here, if we like cleared house kind of. Yeah. But I don't think that's going to happen. But
I think definitely if Dawn's gone, it will just like help. Like it will just feel like a fresher scenery even for the players.
Yeah.
But also what will help is I'm sure that we're going to get a different coach too, and just having a new voice and starting the season with a new voice.
Yeah.
And starting everyone with like Sway getting a full like training camp, like everybody having a normal off season, not as many injury. Well, we do have injuries, but they're in like hopefully by training camp they'll all be like fine and ready to go and stuff like that. Yeah. And we'll have like Hampus back and McAvoy and just hopefully a lot better. And at least there's a good, considering like we're probably going to trade like current roster people, like maybe 2 more people.
Yeah.
So a good chunk of them are going to be rolling over into next season too. So at least having that like adversity under their belt to like think back to of like going through, like to use it as fuel to be a lot better next year with just a fresh slate. But I really don't want to see Geeky go.
Yeah.
That would be dumb too. Like that I understand the value. But it's like we would be getting rid of him to either get someone that's doing what he's doing right now or just fix. Like I'd rather just keep him than like
if he's gonna just do it.
I think if like
comfortable, just have him continue to do it.
Right.
Depending on what he's asking for a contract.
Right. Yeah.
So, and if they don't want to go through like arbitration again and that whole like whatever, like I would
the process, yeah.
That is the one thing too. Like I see online, people are like so badly like we have to re-sign Geeky, but also like he is like an RFA. So there's like
so if we don't trade him, it's not like there's still plenty of time to get him signed.
So like let's kind of deal with our 2 UFAs that are left, which is Marshy, which I don't see them actually like doing anything with him, obviously. Razzo, I feel like now that we've seen like, because when did Sweeney give that press conference? Like 2 Sundays ago or last Sunday or maybe even just a week ago?
Yeah, I don't know.
He said like he wasn't gonna go further with conversations with his UFAs other than Marshy. So to me, I was like, okay, like Trent and Brazo are gone. So now that we've seen Trent actually go, I'm kind of waiting for like.
And Brazo has been like healthy scratched. I think today in practice he was an extra forward. They called up other extra forwards. So they're probably gonna protect like their assets.
I like this question. Would trade Geeky at the draft if it meant someone taking on Elias Lindholm's entire contract? Then
yes. As much as I love Geeks, if we could get rid of Lindholm,
yes, just I don't know. I'm torn on that. Just because it's been 1 year, I don't want to judge him off of 1 year when we've been so bad and he's adjusting with a young family to a new place. But even with all of that, I knew all of that going into the season with him. I thought he'd be much more impactful than he has been. I knew how good he could be, and I didn't think he'd be that for us right away out the gate. But like he's still playing with good players. Yeah. He's playing with Marshy, who's been great this year. He's playing with Coyle, who's an all-around pretty good player.
Yeah.
So you would think he would just go.
feed off of that, right?
So, like, yes, I would, just because that number that he has just
and to be with that number to be this far into this, like we have what 20 something games left of regular season, to be this far into a season and you're still not even at like a potential of what you should be with us, this might just not be a team that works for him, and just it is
and
what it is.
Him being that caliber of a player, it's like Pasta when Pasta goes through a slump and he talks about him keeping himself accountable. And usually if Pasta will like say something in the media, like, he's so hungry to score goals, like he's going to go out and he is going to fix his issues. And I think that even happened earlier in the year where he was kind of like not doing much. The same thing happened. Lindholm has said that, and he'll score maybe like one, and then he's quiet for a while. So I don't know. It just, like you said, is maybe just not a good fit for him. So, like, yeah, I would, if it meant getting rid of the $7 million contract.
And it's like,
I always forget about trades at the like draft.
Yeah,
it puts me so off guard. I like don't like pay attention like nearly as much as I would.
Yeah,
it's like, it's so upsetting because, like, not upsetting, I guess. I'm being like, I'll be dramatic tonight probably because my emotions are more like
this. She's like whispering.
Yeah,
all to the people.
But it's kind of like frustrating because you want, like, with Pasta, people want to be like, oh, his turnovers, like da da da. Sure, but he makes up for it in like basically every other area. Whereas Lindholm, you watch him play.
Sophia's back.
Wait, this is the best thing that could happen.
Maybe this will be the turnaround that the Bruins season
No, I literally haven't.
Maybe this will
so
be.
Much. I miss her.
We make the playoffs now. She's
like, we just full send. We just full send.
Okay.
Is she doing? Is there PWS show? Blah blah blah. I can't even speak. I'm like, oh,
this is incredible.
Where are they seeing that? I just saw a couple.
Also, Alicia is here in spirit.
So
everyone,
I did see that. Shout out to Alicia. We love you.
Couple clicks for Alicia. We do love you so much.
Let me look at her.
You're with us.
Instagram, maybe?
Yeah, she made a post on Instagram. I'm trying to like skim it, but also she's officially back to work even though it's March. She couldn't be happier to start again. She's in the offices for now, but we'll start doing some podcasts next week and back on the air very soon.
So we have to go to playoffs now.
Yeah.
Imagine they just, I don't even know how many games we need to win to even do that, but.
Well, that's a little bit of a bright spot in this chaotic mess of the season.
I love her. I cannot wait.
We've missed you.
Pick it up. Pick it up, ladies.
Yeah.
You're at home just like, what are they doing?
Oh, wow. That really is like.
Oh, imagine her first like locker room little like interviews that she'd do, like the little funny questions.
Oh, they're all going to be so excited. Her on the bench. They're all going to give her such a hard time. But like,
she's super nice too.
Yeah.
I've been here before. She's such a sweetheart.
Awesome. That's like really great. So, hey.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that was.
No, please.
Breaking news.
That bright spot.
Her eyes, like her life flashed before her. Like her eyes when I was like, she thought there was a trade.
I did. I was like, what are
who did we get rid of now?
It literally, I was like, is it Mason? Is he gone?
Oh, I think I throw something across the room.
No, because we were like backstory guys in our group chat. We were saying we were predicting Trent's trade like right now. Like we thought it was going to happen like on air, and I was just going to be like, ooh, and like have to end short. But no. Dawn wanted to be like, just kidding. I'm going to do it the day before.
Midday while you're working.
Yeah.
Literally.
Was literally.
Never even we're at home.
No. Why is that? Like when Jake signed with Vancouver, poor Jill was in
Mexico. It was the last day of my Mexican vacation.
I was in like an hour-long meeting.
Right.
I was stuck. My phone had so many notifications. I was like, what happened?
I was literally holding a baby, and I was just like, girl, don't get into hockey. Just don't do it. Just like, don't even do it.
I'm letting you know now.
Yeah.
Don't join the cult.
And I was like, oh, it's so sad because they're siblings. So she has an older brother, and I bought him for Christmas a little Trent jersey, and I was so excited because it was finally in the pro shop. But oh well.
Luckily, Stella outgrew her Jake DeBrusque is my bestie onesie, so I don't have to be traumatized with her wearing that anymore.
I literally was like, I should have brought it that one day to get him to sign it for my little guy. But
what did I say? I told you. No, Liv yesterday, because for like, look at her. Tell him. She's like, tell him. I really didn't think up until like, look at her waiting. Relax. I really didn't think up until like a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, that I really thought he was probably gonna stay. And the whole year since like October, she was like, nope.
He's going. He's gone.
I'm like, you don't know that though yet. Like, you never know. I'm trying to like soften the blow, like, so she's not like thinking about it and crashing out about it. And then yesterday, the first thing she was like, now can I tell you guys I told you so? We were like, oh, okay.
You're right. You told us. We apologize. You were right.
So funny though, because obviously I'm gonna bring it into frame because it doesn't leave my bed. But that's not.
Yeah, Bobby brought that up about
leave your room.
Bobby's video about the stick was so like that was so nice.
Yeah,
shout out Bobby. That was actually like really sweet, and it made me cry, but it's fine. It was a good cry.
In a good way, a good cry.
Exactly. But my mom and I keep talking about it, and I'm like, the first thing that came out of my mouth after the initial shock, I was like, he's gone. It's a goodbye gift. He's done.
I'm sitting there like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Which, like, honestly, in January, I didn't think he was going. And then I was like, no, my gut is like, he's not incredible.
It was kind of quiet for a little while. Like, nobody was
like up in the air. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say one more quick thing, and then I'll stop talking about Trent. But I am very excited for him, only because I do think he will benefit from a like new
environment.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Just like Jake.
Right. Yeah. Like Jake's thriving up in Canada. So if sometimes they just need a change of scenery.
And he's gonna be with a playoff contender. Hopefully he'll be good to go for playoffs or during playoffs.
Yeah.
If he went and won a cup, like I'd be so excited for him. What's his number? What's number is he?
21. So I'm not upset with that really.
That was bad. You were guessing like 36. I was like, that's a whack.
Yeah. I was going through like his college number and like when he played for USA. I was like going through like that and like his Providence number. Mm-hmm. But his Providence number, which was 7, and then 11 were both retired in Edmonton. So I was like, okay, clearly not that. But it seems like he just added 10 to 11. Good math, Liv. Kiss my brain. But yeah, I am excited for him. And he did like a quick little interview, and actually shout out Edmonton Alicia. I mean, I call her Edmonton Alicia because she's like a huge Zach Hyman fan. And we've been friends for like, I want to say like 2 years now, basically since I came on Twitter. So she was like the first person I went to. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like,
take care of him, please.
Oh, this I wanted to point out because I said this to my mom. I said this to my mom. I love Ferentz too.
He would do that.
Ferentz is like
Trent would so do that.
Yeah. So I was like, oh my God. I literally said that to my mom. I was like, this is good. Like, this is like actually, still a top.
He so would. That's wow.
And like also like a plus from Trent. Like imagine being Trent going from playing with like Marchand and Chara and Bergeron and Krejci, and now you get to go and play with Connor McDavid and Draisaitl. Like his career has been with two of like some of like the best groups of like players. Yeah. Like, that's just such a bonus for him as well too.
So it's like I think there's so many positives to it. Like obviously personally I'm like upset.
Devastated. Oh yeah, it's right.
But as a hockey fan in general, I'm very excited for him. Like I think this is a great opportunity, whether or not, because obviously it's up in the air right now, whether or not like Edmonton will extend him or if he'll get picked up by like Lewis in the summer. But I don't know. I just think like Edmonton could fit him really well. And like,
well, his brother, he was talking about his older brother Grant, talking about
he did a little
he
interview.
wanted him to go there and thought he would fit well. So,
brothers know brothers best.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
I'm excited. I can't wait. I wish he wasn't injured only because I can't wait to see
Right,
him.
you want to see him, right.
Yeah.
He has to thrive now.
Right. And I just can't. And Edmonton Alicia was telling me like that Edmonton doesn't have a hat trick yet this year, and she was like, "He can do it." And I was like, "Well, like, let's not."
Don't put so much pressure on him right away.
You're like, don't give him too much credit right now. You never know though. Like when he's excited about games, like
he could come off firing.
So
if they play Toronto at any point or something like that, and
it's rolls in, forget about it.
Say, just start setting your alarms.
Yeah,
getting those naps in because if it's anything like Vancouver games, them just some late night games. Let me tell you.
I did realize that. Well, someone told me instead of it being 3 hours, they're only 2 hours behind. So someone was like, technically they listened, and I was like, don't. It's still bad.
Like it's not 3.
Yeah. But yeah.
I did love how everybody like my whole timeline was like, oh my god, Liv.
Yeah,
first.
I even had friends that like they're only into hockey because of me, and they were like, "Isn't that your friend Liv's favorite player? Like, is she okay?" And I'm
my
like,
mom, she went into work today, and people were like, "How is Liv?" And then like, I was at church, guys. Okay, literally at church, minding my business in the line to get these ashes on my forehead. Sorry about your boy. Okay. I'm like in prayer, like and I just feel like an arm, a hand, and I'm like, get away from me right now, okay?
Oh my god!
But similar, not when Jake got traded, but the Catholic school that I used to teach for, we do once a month masses. And one of the masses, I was walking up for communion, and the priest like gave me the host and then leaned in. He was like, "How about them Bruins?" And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Just give me the host, please." And I don't know if we can talk about this right now. I feel not like it's a good time.
You're like, amen.
Right. I was like, thank you, body of Christ. I don't know. I don't know. Thank you.
Yeah, right. It is funny though, what
how people associate on Twitter if you like people associate you with him. Yeah. So like even my parents, the first thing they said were like, oh, Liv. I was like,
and it's like, we did know it was coming. Like but it doesn't make it any easier. My mom's like, give yourself some grace. And I'm like, trust me, I will. How about you give me some grace? Like no, I'm kidding. But moving on, though, because I do feel bad. I don't want this to just be like a Trent yapathon over here. But
we got 2 more days, right? Friday?
Yeah.
3 p.m.? 2 p.m.?
Mm-hmm. 3 p.m.
3 p.m. on a Friday.
I will be curious. Like, well, and what
holiday?
What trade happened today, too, with...
Oh, I thought you guys were talking about a game. I was like, we have a game at 3 p.m. on a Friday?
It's not a
holiday. Disregard.
Do you play tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to see we play somewhere.
No, away. We're not. We only have 4 home games in the month of March.
Where are we?
Hey, God bless. God bless. A break.
The 15th, and then we have a St. Patrick's Day game this year.
Oh, we'll be there. Third row again.
We'll be there for that one. Hopefully there's a hat giveaway usually. So hopefully it's a good hat.
Ooh.
Last year was a bucket hat, so we'll see what this year's is.
Oh, I don't like bucket hats.
I hope it's a bucket hat. I'll slap that on. That's the one thing, guys.
I hope
it's a bucket with the drawstring.
Oh.
Yeah, I wore it to the road race in my town that following weekend.
Oh my gosh, Jill loves a good road race. Do you want to tell them about your road race? Because I feel like it's a good one.
I don't know. Western Mass, good old Holyoke. They do the Holyoke St. Patrick's Day road race and St. Patrick's Day parade. The road race is always on a Saturday. I don't even know if I can go to it this year because we might have a Paperman game. So it all depends on the Paperman and how we fare in the rest of playoffs. So
speaking of Paperman, everyone go to the game on Saturday. It's in Watertown.
we do have a game out in Watertown. So if you're in the Boston area, 7:50 puck drop.
It's a great team.
It
it's
should be a fantastic game. It'll be definitely a battle.
And yeah, Jill's team is the best. It really is a good time. I've been to a handful of games.
Go watch a real hockey team.
No, literally go watch a real hockey team.
Sometimes I watch the Bruins and I'm like, ooh, I feel like the Papermen can be a little bit better than you guys.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I can
attend more goals.
Yeah. Yeah,
So who do we play tomorrow?
Carolina.
Oh, that's the one. I was like,
oh, where's the Bruins? They're like, who they're playing tonight? And I was like, I
could be wrong. Let me.
I don't know.
No, it is Carolina. Because isn't it unobstructed views tomorrow? Right? Is that what's with
Yeah.
Bergie and them?
I think so.
Oh, they're gonna. I feel like every game they do, we just get like blown out of the water with.
And I wish they would speak more freely. I'm like, I know you have stuff to say. Like, I know you want
to keep it professional.
Yeah. Like, since you're unobstructed views, just be unprofessional. Just say how.
Oh, then we play Tampa on Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw people talking about. I saw somewhere somebody like guessed Geeky being traded to Tampa.
Ugh.
The two brothers together.
Those are the real Bash brothers. No, I'm kidding.
I'd be interested to see like where. Well, I feel like compared to other trade deadlines recently, this one's kind of like. I actually don't want to say that out loud because if I call it lame, then it's going to be crazy for the next 2 days. I'm really going to regret it.
Everyone's phones are going to be going off. And
today was crazy though, even with that Yanni Gourde and who else? Yanni Gourde went back to Tampa.
Oh, did he? I didn't see that one.
So, hold on, let me bring it up.
Was a goalie, or was that rumor?
Say that one more time.
Was there one with a goalie?
Yes.
Was that
Spencer Knight went to?
Oh, that was a couple days ago,
I think. And then, okay, so I'm going to read this tweet. So, Bjorkstrand and Gourde went to Tampa, and Tampa also got a 5th in 26, and Kyle a coin. I don't know who that is, so I'm assuming maybe like an AHL player. Seattle got Eismont.
See, when they get into all these little rules and it's like if blah blah.
Yeah.
Just give me like a straight up. This guy went here. This guy went there.
They make it.
Oh, in Detroit, so another
3-team
little team, whatever
transaction action thing. Transaction action. It's kind of funny. Nothing will like match the trade deadline when we acquired Tyler Bertuzzi though. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like, we have who? Like, not in a bad way, but I was just like, I didn't see.
Oh, Bert.
That's another one we fumbled. I'd rather have Bert here still.
They fumbled on both. Bert fumbled and we fumbled.
Everybody, that was a fumble all around.
Mm-hmm.
You know who I wish we still had?
Pamaroon.
Okay, well, yeah. Nick Foligno. But both.
Also, Fluggy, miss that man. Osterley on waivers.
Oh, yeah. Here, you scored a goal.
Yeah. Happy first goal. See ya. Go somewhere else.
Which, like, I don't see someone picking him up. So, like, he'll probably just go back down to Providence. Like,
yeah.
Probably. But I did think that was funny.
And Merck got sent back down, and Veal. Is it Veal? Is that how you say it? Or Viel? Veal?
I don't know.
Veal.
I say Veal.
Okay. If I'm saying it wrong, apologies.
Sorry, Jeff.
Sorry.
Yeah, we didn't
they got sent back down, and Ian Mitchell got called up. My op. Patrick Brown, my other op. Lethierry. Was there somebody else, or are those the 3? Or did they call it 4?
do I feel like it was someone else? Patrick Brown, Ian Mitchell, Letary.
Maybe that was it. Maybe it was 3.
You
You
just
sent out
scrolled
2.
by it. Hold on, I literally just scrolled by it.
Guys, sorry, did not come super prepared, but going purely off memory.
I was trying to find a womp
I got it
womp,
up here now.
but I couldn't find it.
Oh, Tufty.
Tufty. Yep.
Wait, Tufty came back up?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Patrick Brown.
Patrick Brown, Tufty. And
Mm-hmm.
I think people were like Mercula probably being sent back down, so he's eligible for whatever playoffs or whatever.
I will say
I hope he comes back up though, because I want to see him get his first goal.
I'm kind of waiting for Matty P to be sent back down only because
right.
Yeah, I think isn't Friday the cutoff for them or something like that?
Yeah, I think Friday.
We'll probably do that. Because then I'm so sad. Last year I was like, I can't wait to watch him in the playoffs next year.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't specify which playoffs, so now I guess we'll see him play in
We'll be down in Providence, Rhode Island.
No, actually, though.
But I think what they should do is just call up this guy named Joey Abate. I think we should call him up because
get that man in there.
She's like, we need a fighter now. We lost one. Bring another one in.
You know, I don't want it all to fall on Kaslick because that just doesn't work. I'm so sorry. You can't just have one fighter. I don't even want to call Zadorov a fighter. He's a
big body that bumps into people and knocks them down.
The hits are good. Fighting, besides if he's fighting Jamie Benn, I don't want to see it. I don't really care.
I have noticed too that as much as it helps sometimes, Zadorov is a very big cross checker. And I feel like sometimes that bites him, obviously, because then if he doesn't do it correctly, you get the penalty from it.
Yeah.
Like last night, he almost did one, and the only reason that he didn't clip the guy was because the guy moved out of the way. Like I felt like if he actually got him, like we would have gotten called for it.
Right. Which I do think that's everyone's biggest thing with Zadorov is like his penalties. And it's like, because you're just too old to be.
It's not helpful.
Right. But been in the league for too long to be doing this type of.
It's not helpful if you're taking penalty minutes with nothing out of it. You know, like if you're just taking penalty minutes for a silly hit, then it's not really worth the penalty minutes.
Like you're not helping us.
Right.
So yeah, I do. I think they should bring up Joey Abate only to fight people.
Just to start some scrums.
Well, like because you might as well, because you figure some of the teams you'll be playing will also just be having their AHL people soon if they're in the playoffs, because I feel like that is a common trend that people, want to sit there. They're big folks, but I don't know. This trade deadline, I am curious to see what oh my gosh, on 98.5, they were saying some rumor about how, not a rumor even, but just discussing what it would be like if Colorado somehow got both, ready for this one, Sidney Crosby and Brad Marchand. As they would get both.
Who is saying that? What?
I don't know who is on 98.5. I don't know what their
Who said that?
Yeah.
If they were being dead serious about or if they were just theorizing, okay, but that wouldn't.
I think people hold on to.
Crosby's not going anywhere.
Wayborg.
He's just not going to. That was saying Bergie's going to go to Montreal. It's just not going to happen.
It's literally just people holding on to when Bork wanted to win, so he left and went to Colorado.
Exactly.
He left, he won a cup with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't mean that it happens to everybody.
Not Marsha. Trent Frederic. No, I'm kidding. Oh, Brenda has the answer for us. Oh, okay. So this is how we know it's not real at all. It's Felger and whatever his name is.
Oh, Felger and Maz, yeah.
So everyone knows that they're just like a piece of garbage. Because also, hello to the Queen Jen.
Hello.
Hey, Jen.
Oh, does this mean Stella's watching? She said, look, it's on.
She might be. Oh yeah, definitely then Stella. Hi, Stella.
Stella.
Stella should be our next guest. Just
Queen
like
Stella. She's gonna be here like Puck.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Whenever we get a power play and they put like that bear graphic up of like the bear roaring, she's like, "More bear, bear roar,
Bear roar."
She is watching.
It.
Aw,
Stella.
she's so cute.
If anyone doesn't know, Stella is Jake's favorite person. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Jake.
Jake likes Stella more than he likes me. It's fine. We're besties.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like don't even know what to expect for the rest of the season either.
Yeah,
lots of losses. Oh, did you guys see somewhere about the like percentage or chances of us getting like the first overall pick? But then I laughed when somebody said that the first overall pick is like projected to be a defenseman or something. I literally laughed so hard because it's not like we'll take it, but
we know that's all we need.
Yeah, but I thought that would be really funny.
I also like the one where it was the projection at the beginning of the season on playoff chances, and ours wasn't like super high, but it was like decent. And now like it's like slowly like the line has been skinnier and skinnier and skinnier every loss.
It's just crazy. I was correct, Brenda.
You're right, Brenda. You're right.
Like
I would. Like it was so bad. I was so like I literally was just like I just couldn't.
Literally the last 3 home games were losses.
I think so.
Yeah, because Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday's game, the game that I felt, that was an overtime loss. The Thursday I didn't go, thankfully, loss. Yeah. And then this Tuesday, another loss.
What was I saying?
Wait, are we on a
lost my train of thought.
Oh,
how our centennial year, how going into that season, people were saying was probably going to be like a rough year, kind of like my expectations going into that season because of how people were talking in the off season. I was like, my expectations are on the floor, especially coming off of such a good season. The way everyone talked about next year, I was like, oh, we're going to be horrible.
Right.
And then we're fine. And then coming into this season, everybody was like, oh, we're like, our defense group is like looks the best in the league, blah, blah, blah. We got a new center. So I had higher expectations just to be.
Like on paper, we were supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
and then they showed up and we were like, oh, okay. So not like what
for me, like my first year with tickets was 2018, 2019. So I literally watched them lose to St. Louis on home ice. And I didn't think that the bar could be set any lower. And then we're in this season and I'm like, it's not even like, it's just not entertaining.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like,
I was talking to my dad about that. It's like,
you just expect the loss.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
Sometimes even if like you're losing a game or like you lose a game, whatever, like you could still look back on it and be like, it was still back and forth. There was excitement. There was this. Like it looked like they won. They look like stick figures. Like, I don't even know. They look like puppets out there. I can't even.
Like none of them have played the game of
words to describe how boring it has been. Like, and the first half of the year, it was a lot of like, okay, let's not jump the gun on like, thinking like you still like, even every game, I feel like there's still like, as a fan, like you have that little inkling of hope, like you want to believe in your team to win. And it just, as it goes along, it's just crazy. There's never been a time where I've been like praying for a season to end. Like it's like getting once April, 15th or 16th when we're done, like once that day hits and that's our last game.
A little relief.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather just at this point like hit
they better have
regroup.
Yeah.
Figure out what's going on. make a plan of how we're going to move forward from this.
They better have great prizes at fan appreciation night.
Oh,
We good
I got my one shot at that, and I don't think I'll ever get another fan appreciation gift ever again.
Oh.
My going down was my one chance.
Oh yeah,
because that was my first season. I got
last year was pretty fun.
Also, Brady Kachuk just scored, so
I thought you were gonna say got traded. I was like, here, please. That's my dream. After Four Nations, I want
him here.
I want him here so bad. I'm sure.
That was a nasty goal. Actually, he tipped it in. They're playing Chicago though, so it's like
Baby Bruins.
Baby Bruins, yeah, basically. What else?
On ESPN. Well, I was gonna watch the game until I had to log in.
That's the worst. It makes me do that like every so often. I'm like, I'm in there.
Right.
Watch. Like Patrick Maroon is on the screen. Everyone Oh my gosh. My mom said, remember when Chicago was great? Yeah, back in like 20 whatever. When was the last time they won the cup? Like 2015?
He also reminded us to do trivia.
Oh, let me grab the book.
Natalie's like, shut up, Jill.
Guys!
Bring that up.
Why'd she turn her camera off to get up?
We can't see into her personal area.
Does anybody have any questions? Oh,
she's back. I feel like I have that book. I should go and find mine and just read the answers.
Yeah, right.
I'm not good at like trivia, fact, any of these. Like, I'm not good at it.
I'm gonna okay.
I love everyone being like the cup is back on because Sophia being back. Everyone's like, our savior.
No, I literally commented on the post and I was like, Bruin season back on.
Like, actually, though.
Okay. See, this one you guys should get because
she says with confidence.
Should and would are two different things.
Okay. The NHL has given out the Marc Messier Leadership Award since 2006. Who has been the only Bruin to win it? I'll read you the options. Patrice Bergeron, Zdeno Chara, Tim Thomas, or R.I.P. Torrey Krug.
Oh, I thought you meant like actually dead. I was like,
wait, died.
I'm like, what was it? Which award? Leadership Mark Award?
Messier Leadership Award. Mm-hmm. The only Bruin to win it.
Probably Chara.
I'm stuck between Bergeron and Chara.
Chara?
Chara? Yeah.
Indeed, Chara.
Purely just because he had the captaincy longer.
I'm going to do this one. Oh, this is a good one. Which Bruins player has been selected to the most NHL All-Star games? Eddie Shore, Johnny Busick, Frank Brimsick, or Ray Bork?
The look. I know who it is because of the way you looked at me.
Raymond?
Naturally.
Brenda's favorite man on the planet.
Brenda and Albert.
Yes. See, taste.
You're my hero, Ray.
Did he say that to him?
Yeah, the first time he ever met him, Albert had a couple beverages and like sidearmed somebody to get next to him and was like, Ray, you're my hero. I'm like stopping the pictures and Ray's looking at me and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, Dad, move.
Ray probably
hear him saying that too. That's so funny. Oh, wow.
I'm actually going to expose Ray Bork a little bit because I know Raymond is not going to watch this. When we met him, we ran into him in Florida when my mom and I went to the Florida Panthers game back in January. And he was like, the kid is still hot. And I was like, oh, okay, Ray. Like, okay. We know this.
Okay, thanks.
What kid? What kid? You're not a kid.
Wait, why did that go over my head?
He was just calling himself hot, saying he was still
he was referring to himself.
Oh,
sure was, yeah.
Well, Ray.
At least he's humble.
The neck's gotten a little large, but other than that, you look great.
Humble.
Bye, that's so
That's what I have to say about someone else, but I won't say that. Anyway,
It is absolutely pouring at my house right now.
The silence. I'm gonna start crying.
I'm trying to think of another one here. Actually, there's some fun facts here. Maybe I'll just read a fun fact. No, I won't. I'm gonna find another question. Please. What is the current Boston Bruins goal song called? A. Okay. Precisely.
Oh,
Get it. Haven't heard that in a while.
Yeah.
Somebody was tweeted about the Hurricanes with Rantanen maybe moving him.
Didn't they just get him too?
Yeah, but I'm guessing if they can't get him to re-sign, then you'd want to move somebody like that again.
Did you know the Bruins?
Did you know?
Did you know the Bruins briefly employed a national hero as their goaltender, Jim Craig, who led the United States to an upset gold medal victory?
I did know that.
Shout out Jim Craig. If you're watching, Jim, no.
Jim, if you're watching, we love you.
Shout out, Jim.
Okay, I'll let you guys relax. I won't give you any more. No, we won't do that one either.
I promise.
It was something about PK Subban, so I was like, what are we talking about that for? Ooh. Actually, I didn't know this one, so let's do this one more as a fun fact. Never mind, because I don't know how to say his name. So I'm not going to do that.
Did you guys see Nick's comment? He said ranting into Boston for Ian Mitchell and garden tenders.
Up.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would, in a less than a heartbeat, I would do that.
Listen, them TDR tenders.
Peace and love, but Ian Mitchell just for some reason, he's fine in Providence, but up here, I don't know why he irks me so bad. Gladly ship him anywhere.
I'll say it. He looks like the lizard in Rango or whatever that movie.
Yeah, I gotta look him up now because he's not. Who was Sid the sloth looking boy?
Yeah,
you know.
I think that was him too, right? Or who looks like Sid?
Every time I hear his name, I just think about
he's the Sid the sloth looking boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last season when we called him up and we were, I don't know, in Edmonton or Calgary or something like that, and then we're going to Vancouver or Seattle, and they literally he flew there. People saw him in the airport and he was going back. He was up, flew there, and then
oh my gosh, they left him, didn't they?
Yeah, he literally got called. I would be so upset. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also very. He's good.
With love.
He's
in looks, not personality. I'm sure he's a
sweetheart. All with love.
Liv, we've met him before. I think we have a picture with him. We do have a picture with him. We have met him before. He is.
I feel like you might have met him at one of the meet and greets previously.
Probably.
Yes, he was at the meet and greets for the season ticket holders last season.
So then, I met him last year.
He was with Shat and Kirk and Hampus.
Oh my God, Shattenkirk.
Shat.
I do love a good Providence game though. I haven't been there.
We haven't been one in last time I went to a Providence game. R.I.P. Chris Wagner was still down in Providence.
Wow.
Wags.
Wags.
jokes.
I missed that.
That is my favorite video. I think we talked about that last time too. I feel like we mentioned him last time, and I said that yet again.
Yeah, because he was coming back, and he was at the Colorado.
Yeah,
game.
Colorado.
That was the one game I couldn't go to.
My favorite video is when she goes, "Farewell, Eric. Farewell." That's my favorite. My favorite.
My arch nemesis, Eric Holla.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That one's a classic. And when I was hyped that the year after me, DeBrusque's jersey went to a man. It's the man. It's the man.
Yep. We have some good.
I remember being able to hear you yelling because I was down at the glass. I remember you yelling. It's the man.
We really do. We're not quiet people. When we're in the
If
garden,
we're together, like we're not quiet.
Forget about it.
Yeah, we're not.
But alone, sure. But if you catch us together, no. Me
and Liv in the balcony, we're disrupting the people around us. If they're going there for a quiet time, that's not what they're gonna get.
That's how I feel in my section because it is
more break their necks to look at us when we're up there.
My section too, because it's like the business section.
Right, your section. When I was there last,
everyone's like, and I'm just like,
yeah, yelling.
Wait, is he even from Sweden though? Is he Finnish? Actually, Nick
from Finland.
Apparently, he is.
I know he went to school in like Minnesota or something like that. Because his and also in Finland, like my best friend's family is Finnish, and they like they're
hillbilly.
Yeah, hillbilly. They like learn English like as soon as they're like little, like what they learn. So they're so well spoken. Like every Finnish person I've met does not sound.
That's like
also Eric Holla doesn't sound like a very.
But I know he went to college or something in Minnesota.
That's funny.
Yeah, he is Scandinavian.
Little Scandinavian.
Either way, I booed him every time he touched the puck. So don't matter.
Eric.
We all have an op here and there.
I feel like it's like necessary though.
You have to.
I have an op.
Like it's not always necessary, but it's fun. Like because it's not always like deep. It's never really that deep. It's just lighthearted.
It's like a bit.
And like with you and Holla, you had to like he fully would make fun of you down.
Make fun of me for waving at my boy Jake.
He's so funny.
Although, but for some reason,
so smug.
I did as much as he's my op. I found it necessary to buy one of his sticks from the pro shop.
Yeah.
So I literally have an Eric Holla stick in my Bruins room.
I used to be scared of Matt Grzelcyk. Like I don't know why I would just always say he has a loud mind. Like, when you can just see somebody just like scanning and like judging, like in a playful, funny way.
Yeah.
Made me scared. Every time I would have a sign or anything down at the glass, I'm like, he's judging me. I want to crawl. He's judging me. No, actually, him across the ice watching Jill
dance
rap to the Drake song all last season.
And I was like, please, Grizz, look at somebody else.
So what do we think? Who else do we think we're losing by Friday?
Brazeau.
I was gonna say I'll start.
You're great.
Brazeau, and the closer I get, the more I think they might do Geeky.
As sad as that would be,
I don't think they'll do Carlo. Like,
I saw that. No, actually, no. Like, please, no. I don't even care. That's just not. No.
Yeah, let him stay here.
I can't see him being anywhere else but here. No. Like, I just can't. And he has such a presence in the room, and he's like a really good leader. Like, if we re-sign Marshy, we're only gonna have him X amount. Sorry, Brenda.
Queen. Gotta go, Brenda.
Start just accepting the fact that by Friday at 3 p.m.
You're hurt, Brenda. Okay.
Sloth rescue team.
He's gonna be waltzing on out of here.
No, that has to go up there. That's actually very funny. Sloth rescue
team.
He's on her way with lettuce.
Maybe he'll be somewhere close, Brenda, where you can go see him. But I doubt Liv will go with you.
Yeah, you'll be going.
Yeah, Braz. I think Braz.
Yeah,
I don't want Carlo gone. I really don't think they move Coyle.
You can't.
There's not like
yeah,
you can't.
He has so many freaking stupid laws.
But they did say they were taking calls on like essentially everyone, but like a core amount of people. So we'll see. It will be interesting to see. It's really interesting being sellers at the deadline.
Also, and I think they also need to.
I don't really
not do anything.
Right.
Like, they need to make another move for sure.
Right. We have to do something.
Another move or two.
I wonder what it would take to get Pat Maroon back.
He's like, I don't want to go
back. Pat's like, shut up.
Please.
You'll just stay here.
Spare me. I'm like, you wouldn't want to come back over Chicago?
He's like, it's less windy there.
I wouldn't be surprised if we, like, I've seen Peake's name pop around, and it's such a random one that I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised, only because it's such a. Not that I'm saying I want Peake to be gone. To be honest,
no, right. But you wouldn't put it past Don to do something random like that.
Because I've seen his name pop up just here and there. And I'm like, okay. Sometimes I feel like that happens where it's like it's not loud, but you hear it.
A little sprinkling.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little sprinkling of a rumor.
So, again, not saying I really don't even want to touch the defense right now and just like let them finish up.
Right. That has enough problems on their own. Let's just leave it how it is for now, and then we'll fix in the future.
I'm curious about Koepke because I don't see us like keeping him either, but I don't know what his like dealio is.
He had continued how he was playing the beginning of the year.
Yeah, then I would have been like, cool, let's keep him around for sure.
The fourth line at the beginning of the year was really fun to watch. Beecher's been kind of everybody has been quiet, so I'm not trying to single him out.
Yeah,
like compared to the beginning of the year, that line was like our best line.
Slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, but I feel like always Bruins fourth lines have always been quite like interesting and like good lines to fall back on. So I'll be interested to see how they configure that next year and how they hopefully incorporate younger players and people from Providence and call them back up. I know people were talking about maybe they had called Merck up maybe to like showcase for a trade.
Yeah.
Like that, which I think we talked about last time.
Because like if I was Merck, I would be like, get me out of here.
Right. I'd be like, okay, that's fine. I'll go somewhere where I'm going to play.
Right.
But I'm overall like I'm not all doom and gloom about the future. I think like we do still have
I think they'll get it back.
Future, and I'm excited to see. I hope that they play more young players and we'll get to see more of like a glimpse into that. And obviously we'll have to watch through their growing pains like we have this year with like Lowry and Maddie P and stuff like that. But I am excited to see where we'll go. And I think like I think people get so tunnel vision on like one thing and it's just right in front of you that it's hard to see the bigger picture. But I am, as much as zero sucks, I'm still excited to see like where we'll be in a couple years and like how quickly things like have changed. Like 2 years ago, we were the best team in the league, and now we're here. Like it's a lot.
I think it will be weird too because like I think this is the first time since like 2015 that the Bruins haven't made it to playoffs.
Yeah.
So you go that long with a decent run, getting into at least the first round, if not farther, to go from that for so many years to
it'll just make them
starts in April.
Mm-hmm. If we're missing this year, I think it'll just make those group of guys that are going to be back next year so much hungrier. Like they're really like if Marshy's back, possibly like they're really
like this is what we need to do.
Pasta this year, he's been incredible. He deserves to be like playing in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's where he shines. So like he's gonna come back even. Like they're gonna come
I think
back.
if it happens once, it's gonna be something that they won't want to happen again.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna
exactly.
enjoy it ending that early of a season. So they're gonna be like, we're not gonna let this happen again.
Yeah. And at this point in the year, it's like it's just too far gone.
It's a little late for the trying real hard now.
And injuries. I can't wait to have Hampus back. Oh my gosh. Not play since when? Beginning of November.
That's when
Jim was still around. Jim's still here when he went.
Monty would never.
Yeah. I am, I think it is, there's it's kind of like a twofold. Like it sucks wicked bad, but it also kind of makes you appreciate everything so much more a little bit because you're we have all that. So even in the future, like I feel like we do as fans of like a really good original six like team, we get caught up in the moment and caught up in like we're supposed to be this good all the time, which like
what do you mean we're not making it to playoffs? We always make it to playoffs,
right? Yeah. And so I mean it's upsetting and it's like embarrassing at times and whatever, but I am kind of excited to just see what's to come and like how they're gonna
let them get a regroup, let them get an off season, a decent off season, a little bit longer than normal in the past.
It's also good for like our younger players that are playing right now, or the younger guys to go through this type of season earlier in their careers rather than experiencing like incredible success for a long time and then coming into something like this. It'd be harder for them to like pull themselves out of it. Obviously a lot better we have the leaders that we do have who have been through the ups and downs of being in the NHL.
All the stages,
so overall like there's positives to it and there's obviously a lot of negatives to it, but like looking at it as a whole, there's a lot that they can grow from and take from it to do better, and then we'll just see what happens with our front office and coaching staff. And
hopefully
that's going to be an interesting podcast for you, Liv. Free agency, the draft, end of the year.
It'll be, I'll definitely be interested. I'm wicked interested to see the coaching thing, like the coaching aspect and who we'll get and all that. But it is 8:10.
It is. We were yapping.
We have been yapping. See, this
yapping tonight.
When we get together, we just we don't know when to stop. So
we'll probably be on the phone after this.
Yeah, we will.
Our FaceTimes go for like hours.
3 hours, like
more than that.
People will be like, "Oh, I can't join right now," but like if you guys are on later, and we're like, we'll be on.
You'll still be on later.
Like, but I'll let you guys shout out your things again one more time, and then I'll wrap it. I'll wrap it up.
Jill, you can find me on Twitter at Jillian 2N Dubuque.
I'm Natalie, and you can find me on Twitter at NatalieZico7.
And once again, I am Liv. You can find me on Twitter at Trent Frederic. If you have any name suggestions for what I should change it to.
No!
Always
don't let me do that.
Everyone suggests no name change.
I don't think I will, actually. I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, it's just too good. I have to honor Jack Edwards, if anything. It's for Jack. So,
correct.
But you can find me there. You can find the podcast on Twitter at Causeway Chirps, and then Chirping on Causeway on Instagram. As always, this podcast is brought to you by Boston Sports Entertainment Network. You can find them on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at BSEN_617. Thank you all for joining us again tonight, and check back in next week for some more fun. And we'll have another little special guest next week. So make sure you check us out. So thank you. Have a great week, and see you next time.
Bye, guys.
What happens after a Boston Bruin win as Jeremy Swayman and Lena Zolmark have their trademark celebration.